right, welcome to what I like to call Doc's Ice Cream Shop. The idea with Doc's Ice Cream Shop is to take ice cream that is just plain and vanilla-y and give it some interest. Sometimes I get sick of doing vanilla over and over, even if it's a really good quality like this super premium stuff. So what I'm going to do is mix it up into something more interesting, and maybe that will sound good to you and you might want to do the same thing. Now you can get any kind of vanilla you want, but we shop at Costco, so this is just the one Costco brand they have. In fact, they don't even have any other flavors, and so that's kind of what made me want to get into this ice cream making game. And now I thought, well, why don't I show you what I do? So first thing I do is I take a mixing bowl that goes to a big mixer there, and I let the ice cream get pretty soft. You can see it's pretty mushy. This is about what it looks like when it gets home from the store, and that's about what you want, so you don't have to struggle to get it out. And just first get it out into the mixing bowl by scraping scraping it off the sides and letting it get in one big chunk, hopefully. Raw. Slowly. And then it'll plop right out. It could almost be a hair bit less, but it doesn't matter. Just try not to mangle your container too much, because you're going to want to put it all into there again. Come on. After it's mixed, you're going to want to put it right on in there. And then you'll have to remember that even though it says super premium vanilla, it is actually cookies and cream. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take some Oreos, mix this up with Oreos, make a mess while we're at it, and hopefully get a nice cookies and cream blend. Obviously, I'm not making anything from scratch here. I'm just taking stuff that I have around the house and sprucing up a little treat that hopefully everyone in the family will like too. Getting close. If it were a hair bit softer, it would all plop out in one big plop. But it's not quite doing that this time. That's okay, we can make that work. I've also done it where I had to scoop it out, but it works better if you can kind of get it out like this. All right, I got most of it. So we're kind of set. We're going to set that to the side because we'll need it in a minute and kind of beat it all up so we don't have to work our engine too much when we get to the mixing point. Just about like that. Now I got to grab some Oreos. Now the Oreos I have are just a big pack from Costco as well, 10 packs, so they're kind of in bulk, but I put in two bags to get the right consistency, and there's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 per. So if you get a different size container, just kind of get something about there for a half gallon of ice cream, and I think that's going to give you a pretty good consistency. Honestly, you don't want too much, but I haven't yet gotten to the point where I got too much. But you don't want too little where it just feels like vanilla ice cream with a couple of chunks. So you got to balance it the way you want to balance it. All right, dug the mixer paddle out of there. I'm going to do a little pre-crushing just so that I can, runaway cookie, just so I can get this in there. And I'm going to bring this out so you can hopefully see. Click my bowl in, line up the dealie, and then here we go. It's pretty thick still, so I don't want to overwork my engine, so I'm just going to kind of go real slow. Oh, it's going okay. And I just let that go. Be careful not to let it go over your edges. And if it gets too hard, sometimes you got to kind of push it down a little bit. This is soft enough to where it'll slop by itself, but if it's real hard, you have to kind of push it down a little bit until it softens up. You're going to get kind of a smooth, creamy ice cream here. I like to let it go long enough to where it starts looking a little darker, because you want not only chunks of cookie, some big chunks, but you also want a little bit of the cookie in every bite, so you get a flavor all throughout. Seems like that tastes good. We're getting a little more creamy, but I'm gonna let it keep going. right, let's take a glance at that and see if we're in the neighborhood of perfection. Yeah, looks pretty good. You can see how you got little dots of the cookie all through, and then sometimes you got the big chunks. So I think you're going to get a pretty good flavor on that. You could go even more. Last time I went even a little more than that, but I think I'll just stick with this one for now, just to make it simple. You can add more cookies, you can add less cookies depending on what you like. That's the fun with Doc's Ice Cream Shop. You just making it up as you go along. So that'll do. Let me get the mixer out. Pull this off, get rid of my mixer. And now it's as simple as nibbling off the knife and licking off the, what is this paddle mixer thing called? I don't know. Scrape it all off. If I were more hungry at this moment, I'd be licking this. But then again, you don't want to see me lick ice cream off a paddle mixer. So I'm just going to set it to the side and mix it after the video. All right, and now I get most of it back in here. Now you'll notice that I'm putting this volume back in there plus the volume of the cookie. So I'm going to need a little overflow, but I can get most of it right back in there, and it'll look like it was meant to be in there. And then I'll do the overflow right after. Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. I'll have to take a survey with my family, see if they like this mix. We can kind of do an thumbs up, thumbs down vote on it. You should do the same when you make this for your family. See what they like, and then put some comments on what they voted up and what they voted down, and see if our families like the same kinds of ice cream. All right, so lid's going back on that, and that's going back in the refrigerator and freezer. And then my overflow, I'll just put it in a Tupperware, and I think that'll be enough. Now, a lot of times what I do with this overflow is I just eat it right out of the bowl. Everyone in the family grabs a spoon and we just eat all the leftovers, and that's our first serving. But we already had a treat today, so this will be tomorrow's treat. So I'm going to get as much as I can out of there and probably nibble out the rest on the bowl once the video's done. So there's my leftovers. Set that over to the side. I've completely messed up my lid, which I'll have to clean later, but that's okay. And so that's about all there is to it. Now I've got some really super premium cookies and cream ice cream that I really will enjoy, and I hope you will enjoy it too. We'll see you next time. Maybe I'll come up with a new flavor for Doc's, what do I call it? Doc's Ice Cream Shop. All right, see you next time.